So we do that in the evening, and then en la mañana café por la tarde, ya tomé la cabeza de tu balcón. Por la mañana café por la tarde, ya tomé la cabeza.
Welcome to Soft Launch.
Everybody back for another episode. I am JC Mendoza.
I am Samantha Santos.
And this is the Soft Launch Podcast. We're happy to be here. We've had an exciting weekend. We had another very successful Soft Launch live show.
Yes.
And we'll tell you all about it in our first segment.
One thing about we.
And one thing about me, I'm moving fast through this intro.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, no fucking time to waste.
Yeah, you got a foot on the gas.
Yeah, foot on the gas and a hand on your ass.
My
That's what it is.
You ain't stealing in my pussy.
Something I hope to do at some point today, but it's a busy weekend.
Yeah.
And we're recording this on Sunday. We are about to head out to our In Rhythm live show.
Yeah.
Which, just so you guys know, is the last Sunday of every single month at New York Comedy Club, 8 p.m. A rolling link for that will always be in the bio of this episode. So come check us do stand-up comedy every last Sunday of the month at New York Comedy Club at In Rhythm. And that's where we're going after this. But right now, we got another great episode for you guys. And one thing about me, it's not really one thing about me this week. It's something that I've noticed about you as it pertains to me. One thing about
What? I'm nervous.
No, we've talked about it. One thing about you is you're gonna check the color of my pee often. It's
You
just the
understand?
truth, and you don't realize it, and it is very microaggressive, and I don't like it. All right?
Every time you pee, somebody, you gotta drink more water.
Yeah, if I, God forbid, I'm taking it. We have one bathroom. If Samantha's,
One
putting
bathroom,
makeup
but
on,
2 guest rooms. Don't make no mistake.
Yeah, don't make no mistake. Our apartment's
We're living
nicer than
better
yours.
than you,
Yeah,
all
we're
right?
doing well. And there's no way any of you listening have a better neighborhood, square footage, rent combination than we do. It's just the truth of the situation. Now, did we pay undocumented Russians to do the work? And it does reflect in the distance between our floor and our floorboard? 100%. 100%. If you have a keen eye, the apartment is a little shitty. But if you're kind of just
Yeah, but
generally
why are you looking so hard? You understand?
if you're paying attention to the level of your feet as you walk through the apartment, you're gonna notice that there are many places that are way lower because we tried to rip up the floor and expose the hardwood, and then we just couldn't.
We just couldn't do it.
Couldn't. And that's where
and that's where we got dim lights in here.
yeah, we got them lights so you guys can't fucking see.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is, and now I understand everything you've ever done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. One thing about Samantha is she's gonna watch me take a piss.
Yeah.
And she's going to, glasses or no glasses, just peer into that toilet bowl.
To the toilet.
And if it is
Look at that toilet and look at the color of that piss.
it's just what it.
You understand? You gotta drink more water.
Yeah. She's like, I like to drink limoncellos, not see them in the toilet. You understand what I'm talking about? And I'm a man. I have good days. I have bad days. Some days I'm more hydrated than other days, and if I don't have a great hydration day, I don't want to fucking hear your mouth about it.
Yeah, well, those days are every day, it seems.
You know what the big problem is? You're looking for the color of my pee. It's just what you're doing. And you're always making a comment if it is more yellow than it should be.
Yeah.
But you are never giving me praise if it's clear. And that's what I don't like.
And God forbid I care about your fucking health. God forbid. You know what? Go fucking kill yourself for all I care. Yeah.
If you're gonna check the color of my pee,
I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do.
yes. So this is what I'm telling you. If you're gonna constantly look at the color of my pee,
And I will.
when you look at the color of my pee and you make your comments about it, if it is clear as day, I need you to fucking tell me good job.
Maybe it's never clear as day.
That's not true. I have one in every 10 days. It's like fucking super clear because I've had a great hydration day. Or if I come back from hosting a show at New York Comedy Club and I drink about 3 bottles of water just socially.
Yeah.
It's going to be clear as day, and you never fucking say nothing about it then. Now you're minding your own business. Now you're doing your own thing. Now you're really into what you're doing. Now it's live and let live.
Yeah.
When my piss is super clear. But God forbid it's yellow. What do you do? You got to drink more fucking water. It's like, what about when it's not? You got nothing to say.
I think
Always
the real,
negative
all
coming
right.
from
Well, I
you.
think the real problem
What's
here
the real problem?
is that you don't have a comment on my piss. All right? I'm the only one who cares about us here.
No, not true. I don't have a comment on your piss.
Because it's always clear.
But God forbid I ask you to shoot some in my mouth a little.
You
Well, no, because you're so protective of your GI tract movements that I feel like any type of
pee doesn't come out of your GI tract.
I know, but any type of like excretory situation, I feel nervous talking to you about because you're not open about it.
Oh, so now it's my fault.
It is your fault. That's what I'm. That's this whole thing.
Everything is my fault.
Yes.
And we've just been cosplaying for the first bit of this episode as my parents. You understand?
No, but it's true. I would like you to like. I don't mind.
You want a star when your piss is clear.
I do. When I do the bare minimum, I would like a pat on the back.
Okay.
It's just going to motivate me to keep doing it. But what doesn't, the type of motivation I don't respond to is like, your fucking piss is yellow. I don't like that. I don't like that. It feels negative. All it makes me want to do is
cry me a fucking river.
I'll piss you a fucking river if you wouldn't fucking complain
It'd
about it.
It'd be a dirty fucking river.
Yeah, it'd be the fucking Hudson. Yeah, you piss me a river in my fucking beep, I would swim in it.
You understand? It was the East River, you motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But no, on a serious note, we've made a lot of jokes. I would like you to say nice things when my piss is clear.
Yeah. We'll see.
And I need you to meet me halfway. I need you to commit to that.
We'll see.
You.
Yeah, and I'm not making any fucking deals on this thing.
Yeah, I do need to drink more water.
Do you? Because you know what's so funny is that you don't.
I don't drink anything else.
Yeah, I mean now we're drinking limoncellos for the show.
Mm-hmm. Only on the podcast. I drink limoncellos.
And but you only drink water.
Yeah, I think it's not bad hydration, just low hydration. I'll just not drink enough. And
okay.
Then whatever's coming, I got it. It would help if I was a doctor and I could speak to this, but I think some days I just don't drink enough. Period.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And now, like, I drink coffee, so I might have a coffee in the morning, but I won't have enough water to balance that out.
Got it.
You know, because I love water.
It's the only thing you drink.
Like if I'm having if I'm in the crib, I'll just like not remember to. It's outside, I'm great, but like in the crib, sometimes I just forget to hydrate. Honestly, truly. So I just got to drink more water.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring up something to you today that I read on Twitter.
Yeah,
that's definitely true.
Yeah,
it was from a doctor.
Yeah,
and so it's gonna be another comment on you.
Yeah,
but it said sitting on the toilet for too long, for guys or girls, I guess as well. You sit on the toilet too long, and it like puts stress on like the veins or something in your fucking asshole, and it causes hemorrhoids.
Yeah, well,
they say don't sit on the toilet too long, and there's just no way that you're shitting the whole time.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
I know. I can hear it.
Yeah, I'm not shitting the whole time, but what I am doing is giving my body, and more importantly, my asshole, I'm giving it the freedom to shit if it wants. We've started this episode disgusting. Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. I take poops the way I would hope to raise a child, by creating a safe space to do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm going to sit on the toilet, you can let it out or not. It's okay. This is a safe space for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's unhealthy.
Yeah. And,
So now I'm going to have to be clocking. I'm going to be, excuse me, you've been in there for 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
Yeah, I definitely just, it's just some, I'll take quicker pisses. I'll take quicker shits and I'll take clearer pisses. We started this was a one thing about me that was about Samantha, and just like everything else, table turned. It's my fault.
Yeah, everything's your fucking fault. Let me tell you one thing about me.
Yeah,
I'm fucking sick and tired. No, I can't think of anything that happened.
There has to be a negative health benefit to not shitting.
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
You're so weird. Go. Tell me something about yourself. Let's pick you apart a bit.
I can't think of anything that happened to me this week.
Oh, you can't think of no fucking problems you got? You can't think of nothing wrong that you do?
You know what I will say is yesterday, and I hid it from you. Yesterday, I had a moment where I started crying.
Oh,
and it was because I watched a TikTok on a commercial, the Mount Airy Lodge.
The Mount
Airy. All
Airy.
you have to bring is your love of everything.
Okay.
Beautiful Mount Airy Lodge, right? It was a commercial that was in the 90s.
Okay.
And I just had a moment of being like, wow, I'll never live that part of my life ever again. And I just remember always watching that video in my grandparents' apartment. And then I just sat in the bathroom and I said, my grandparents are dead. I'm never going to see him again. Yeah. All because it was a fucking TikTok on this commercial. And I was like, my grandparents are dead. I'll never experience that commercial ever again because the place doesn't exist.
Yeah, the place went under.
And also, so I cried, and I also had a moment of being like, this is where my like trash New York takes come from, because growing up I was like, I can't wait to get older and go to the Mount Airy Lodge in the fucking Poconos. or wherever the fuck. I don't even know who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And it was just like a hotel that had like a fucking jacuzzi in the room, and it was just, you know, people were fucking line dancing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at a moment I cried, and then I was like, oh, this is where it stems. Where I'm like, this is where I want to go. It wasn't Disney. It wasn't anything. I was like, I'm gonna get older. I'm gonna marry me a man. He's gonna take me to the Mount Airy Lodge.
Yeah. And so you had a little cry to yourself.
I had a little cry to myself because I missed my grandparents.
Yeah. At any point, did you think about telling me, or did you think I was going to make fun of you?
No.
What was the thought process of keeping that to yourself?
The thought process was just like, this is crazy. Because if there was, you know, something else, maybe like a picture of them, I could have been crying. But it was a commercial for a fucking hotel that they never even went to. Yeah, and I was like, this is nuts.
Were you like, this is going to be a tough one to explain?
Yeah, absolutely, because I was playing the TikTok out loud, and then I lowered the volume because I didn't want you to hear how many times I was listening to it.
Yo, it is funny to me that at this point in our relationship, there are still things that you feel like, I can't tell of this. Like that, because I feel like very rarely does that kick in for you when it comes to like things you're feeling at this point. That's funny, because that's like you were a little bit embarrassed by that.
Yeah, I definitely was, because I was like, why am I crying? And then I started having like a full moment of being like, do I suppress my feelings? Have I really mourned my grandparents? Why am I feeling so sad? It was like a whole thing. And then I was like, I think I've processed it. I think I just don't, I try not to like, you know, people are like, I think of you every day. I try not to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's a sad thing.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I think, you know, the thing with death, especially like with your grandparents, like they were such a big part of your life. And then now you have to go on for the rest of your life and just not live it with them.
Yeah.
And like try to like tell your kids about how special they were and all that stuff. And that's sad. So I try not to be like every day constantly remember.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know what it was about, because I can remember clearly like laying on my grandma's couch, because like my grandma would take care of me after school.
Yeah.
And like that commercial was always on.
Yeah.
And I just had such a vivid memory, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's
a bit sad there. I'll never experience that again.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't think, and I don't, know your thought process every single day. I don't think it's a product of you not grieving appropriately or not processing their death. I think loss is a perpetually sad thing.
Yeah.
Like there are positives to take out of it and spins you can put on it to not make yourself feel better, but to like put everything in a positive light so you can move on with your life. But losing a person is sad, no matter what. It's a sad thing. And that like all you can do is put positive spins on it, but that doesn't make it happy that they're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't feel bad that you feel sad, or that feeling sad is a product of you not doing something correctly. Yeah,
well, I just had a moment of being like, have I processed this? I just saw a commercial and I'm inconsolable.
Yeah. No, it's okay. That's just, if anything, I one thing that I do I live in the place of putting positive spins on things. Yeah. And it just lets you know that you felt something and how deep that bond was. You know what I mean? And when it comes to explaining your grandparents, who they were to your children when that happens, or our children when it happens, for me personally, I'm not moved by legacy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I want my great-grandchildren to know who I was and what I did for them. Like, because I also don't feel like I'm creating, like, I want to create generational wealth, but I don't care about my great-great-grandchildren. I'm going to be honest with you. I really couldn't care less.
That's just because you don't have kids yet.
Yeah, but, like, I want my kids to be good and their kids to be good. And I want them to live in a way that I hope the whole family's good, but I don't care, honestly. I think legacy is just, even if you are forgotten by the people who lived on Earth, people on Earth live through things that you did. You know what I mean? So like, I'm a jokester, I'm a clown, and that comes from probably a line of people who were before me that like, dealt with hard things and created the space, a little bit more space for every generation after them to be silly. And I feel like that is passed through whether I know what my great-great-grandfather's name is or not. Yeah. So like a part of him a part of them, whoever they are, lives in me. I just don't know and I can't speak to them. But just because, after 4 or 5 generations, you lose the name, it doesn't mean that your impact doesn't matter. Yeah. That's how I feel about that. So I say
so unfortunately I want to be remembered.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I want everybody to talk about me. I want everybody to be like, my grandmother Smith, she was a good lady. She made me laugh.
Yeah.
She was a fucking slut.
I think that's going to go without saying. No, I think that's funny to hear you say.
I want our kids and our grandkids to be like our parents, you know, like I want our kids when they're older to be like, yeah, my parents, they fucked on the first date.
Yeah.
You know, I want them to know that.
That's what you want your legacy to be?
I want them to just be like, they were so funny. They held nothing back.
Yeah, that is fun. I do like that thought, but more important than being remembered that way is living that way for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, not like that's what I'm moved by is the actual living, and then everything else is secondary, because you can't take other people's feelings of you with you when you go.
Yeah.
You only have what you've done and how you've lived.
Yeah.
And I'm more moved by that. Even if my fucking great grandkids are like, he was a fucking asshole. You see his Twitter? He said a whole bunch of shit. It's like, fuck you guys, suck my dick. What did you know? What do you do? I don't give a shit. You know
now you already having beef with your great grandkids.
Oh yeah, you know they're little fucking pieces of shit. You just know it. You know it because because our children they're gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Raised right, doing the right thing, and then they're gonna raise kids from people who've never done no wrong in their whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so those kids are gonna be at some point they're gonna turn into pieces of shit. They're gonna turn it. At some point, the family line's gonna turn
heel.
heel.
My great grandkids.
No, you don't understand.
Don't want to hear it.
This is what it is. We're gonna raise great children, and they're going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And then they're going to raise children, and they're not going to have anything to be able to take out on their parents, because their parents are never going to do anything wrong to them because they're going to be perfect. Do you think those kids are going to get spoiled by their grandparents? They're going to be a little bit annoying. They're going to be a little bit entitled, and the kids that they raise are going to be fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
So I know, and it's not going to be, and those are kids, they're going to give some trauma down, and then the cycle restarts.
Yeah.
You know, so my great grandchildren, fuck them.
Yeah. My great grandchildren will be racist.
Great grandchildren, those kids corrected some wrongs. It's just who they were.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. But that's. I didn't know that you had that moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't feel alone in that.
No, I came around so quickly to being like, this is hysterical.
That is funny.
Because I started like laughing about it because I'm like, I wanted to go to this place.
Yeah.
So badly. Mm-hmm. I couldn't wait to be older to go there.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just go to the Poconos. And you know me, love it's my dream to have a house in the Poconos.
You've got to dream bigger, babes. You've got to dream a bit bigger.
Having another home is big.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It's not for the show.
Unfortunately, location. We could do better than the Poconos.
Where do you want to go? I want a place we could drive to.
Don't fucking put limits on where we could go. I'm not going nowhere except the Poconos. That's what you're saying. My dream is the Poconos.
It is.
Yeah.
On the lake.
All right, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little chalet.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you want.
A nice little fucking house on the water.
Yeah, a nice little house on the water, and then I'm gonna look into it and be like, you see, this water's clear, unlike your fucking piss. I just think it's funny because some girls clock the T and you clock the P.
Yeah. You understand? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, you clock the P, P as in Poconos. It's what you do. Poconos just Samantha's Mykonos.
It really is.
Yeah, we could go to another country. No, I want to go to rural Pennsylvania.
Yeah. That's how you know. That's how you know I'm straight New York trash.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, where can we go? Like, for my birthday, I want to go here. It's like my 30th birthday, we went to the Poconos.
Yeah, I went to the Poconos.
Yeah.
For your birthday this year, we just took you to IHOP.
Yeah.
You're just a kid who doesn't need nothing. Doesn't need much.
I really don't. I think that's what keeps me young.
Yeah.
I think it's what keeps me happy. I don't crave like large things, and big things are great.
Yeah.
Like I love to see people doing that, but it's like I just get me a house in the Poconos where I can have my dog, I can have my loved ones, and have a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah, that is nice. I think I just you know how I've heard you say you want a guy to be into things after you introduce them to him.
Have I said that?
Yeah, like you don't want a guy who already knows about plants.
Oh,
and everything.
yeah,
It's like,
gross.
No, this is what this plant. This is how we take care of it, and then I show care after you've told me how important it was. I think for me, I'm a very simple person who likes simple. I enjoy the simple pleasures in life. I don't like aim so high to do crazy things.
Yeah.
And you already being like that, I'm like, no, I want you to accept these things because you love me. I want you to accept the bare minimum because it's like, oh, I used to dream big, but I'm with a simple man and this is the life. If he wants it, that's what I want too. And
you just want me to settle.
Yeah. I want you to settle on your values because I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
This being your dream is like, God damn it.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I'm a bare minimum bitch. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just what it is. I thought I had to dupe you, and I was the duped one.
Yeah, exactly.
You're literally my dream man. That's it. Yeah, this is the whole. No, I'm playing, baby. That's funny. No, that's good.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
I really, I don't crave the big thing. I mean, those things are really fun too. Yeah. But it's not something that I'm like, No,
it doesn't move me either.
You asked me that the other day, like, what did you do for your 30th? I'm like, I got a house with a couple of my friends, and I didn't put on a pair of real pants the entire time we were there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I wore like sweats the entire time I was there. Yeah. And like we played hide and seek.
Yeah, I think you and I are just getting to the point in our lives where we're just tired of acting like, the things that you're supposed to want are things that we also want. You know what I mean? Like even being at Grace O'Malley's podcast premiere party, which was mad fun. Shout out to Grace O'Malley and Disgraceful. But it was like, there's a theme everywhere and it's like nice, but I'm just sitting there on a Tuesday. Yeah. And I'm like Thursday. And I'm like, I even when I have nothing to do the next day, I'm like, I can't be outside.
I couldn't be. I know.
I gotta be. Traders is on. This is a fucking Friday activity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I know.
I get it though. I certainly get it. But like, even when there's nothing important to do in the morning, I'm like, this is crazy to me.
Yeah. I get that 100%. I know. I'm not. Yeah. Especially at this age.
Yeah.
Where we were out on Thursday, I'm like, I gotta go in. I gotta go home. Also, something I noticed too, there were like people that we know that were at this party, and they were like filming content while they were out, and like doing sketches, like point of view. You're out, at a party, and I'm like, if that's the thing, count me out. It's just never gonna be me. I'm never gonna be like, hey, this is an opportunity to like film multiple videos. Yeah. I just couldn't be bothered. We went to Grace O'Malley's. Grace is wonderful. Like, I think she's amazing. This podcast is obviously going to take off. She's killing it. She's like literally has a career of my dreams.
Yeah, Wendy Cummings is the first guest. I think she'll be fine.
Yeah. She's going to be great. But I'm like, I also went on, Instagram like the next morning, and everyone was out until like 3 a.m. And I was like, I am so happy we were there for an hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half.
And I just was like, hey, saw Grace, told her, super happy for her. And then it's like, I'm going to leave. Yeah. This is not my crowd. Yeah. I think I was the oldest person there. Could have been. Except for the guy who was cleaning up the fucking cups. I wanted to punch this guy in the face.
I don't want to talk about it. It's just going to make me upset.
I want to talk about it. There was a guy who was like 57-ish.
Yeah.
About 5'2", and his job was, to clean off the table when people put their drinks down, but he was taking the job a little too serious. You couldn't even like put your drink down for a second.
Yeah, to check a text message, because he would check the fucking
he'd come and like run in between. Like if me and JC were this close, he'd just run between, like grab the cup. I'm like, guy.
Yeah, he was not a glass half full type of guy.
No, not at all.
He was a glass.
Half empty.
Glass is empty.
Yeah.
If it's on the table, it's ready to be cleaned. He was a fucking
and then I was like, is he following us? And then it just so happened that I'm racist and I couldn't tell two Mexicans apart.
Yeah, it's just what it was. It was like you've never seen the movie The Prestige, but it doesn't matter. It's just two of them. We didn't realize there was two.
The Prestige is like a magic movie.
Yeah.
I think I actually have.
Well, Christian Bale, he's spoiler alert if you've never seen The Prestige. He does a magic trick where he gets in on one door and comes out the other door 1 second later, and the door's like 20 feet apart. Yeah. And people never figured out how he do it, but the gag is he had a twin brother, and they lived their life as one person. And
I got it.
So that was that's what they were prestiging us. We just didn't know there was two.
Yeah. Because I'm like, how is he getting across? Because
fucking guys everywhere.
He was like, we were in one corner and he kept coming by. I was like, I got to move to the other side of the bar. So we go across the bar, and then we get there. I put my drink down, and immediately he's like grabbing it. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you were like, I think there's two of them.
There was two of them, and they fucked up. They ruined the trick because I saw them both interact, and I'm like, you guys.
Yeah. And combined, they weren't more than 6 feet.
Yeah, it's just who they were. So we had people at this party that we were at filming content, doing work there, and then we had the workers round the clock checking our drinks. Yeah. Everybody was working too hard, and we didn't like that.
We didn't like that, so we took a cab home and watched Traders.
Yeah, that's what we did. And also, I think you mentioned something like, if this is what it takes, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
And I think it's what it takes for them and what they want.
Yeah, well, of course. It's never any shade to them.
Yeah, what we got to do is like, there's an avenue for us to be relentless in our own way. Yeah. And it doesn't have to involve filming at parties, but we just got to, like we talked about in our Patreon episode, which you guys should go check out, www.patreon.com/soft launch. $5 a month, and you get our bonus episodes. I'm sorry, which we already...
the worst pitch of all time. Sure.
So I was taking the shit. No, we already talked about that. We became big bad bitch already. But www.patreon.com/softlaunch. We talk about our journey and stuff in the bonus episode that's out right now.
Yeah.
And also out right now are going to be all of the entire live show from this past Saturday that we just did.
Yeah.
And, another near sold out show. It was a great time.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
May watched, she is a softie.
Yeah, shout out to May and Daniel, everybody.
Daniel,
May and Daniel from Apple. So I don't know if that's going to fuck you guys up, but you guys are both entry level. I'm sure it's going to be fucking fine.
We had 2 softies. We actually had more than 2 softies there. We didn't talk to the people in the second row. We should have.
We should have.
But yeah, you guys, everyone who listens to the podcast and came to the show, you guys are amazing. Everybody else fucking sucked.
Oh,
what a terrible crowd.
What it was. Our softies were great. They know what they're coming into, but everybody else that came to the stand on Saturday the 22nd, 5 p.m.
Tell them what they could do.
They could go fucking suck my fucking dick.
Yeah.
What a terrible crowd.
Terrible crowd. I mean, we couldn't get them.
If you're listening to this podcast because you came to that show and you had a great time,
don't come to another comedy show.
Turn the podcast off. We don't want you.
No, we do. Please.
No, we need you.
Like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button.
I want to
feel it in my pussy.
Yeah, it's just what it is. The crowd was horrendous. The way that they had. Also shout out to Max. She came back to a live show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out
I don't know if
Max.
she listens to the pod or if she just follows along with.
She came with her mom. Remember that time she was a musician?
The first time she came with her mom, that was I think our sold out show.
Yeah.
And then she came back to this one, and she was there, and I recognized her for sure.
I didn't even see her
because she was on the left side of the stage, and I made eye contact with her. I'm like, I don't know how I know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to Max, somebody that we met from coming to a live show, and then they came to another live show. That's how you know these shits are fucking fun.
They're fun.
Yeah, and shout out to Max for pressing Max Manikoff. They matched on Riot, and Max Manikoff didn't text her back.
You understand? Yeah, make no mistake, Max is gonna get fucked by Max.
Max is gonna fuck Max.
Yeah,
and make no mistake.
not right now because he's in love. Please.
Yeah, and make no mistakes, that is Max's biggest dream, and that could apply to either Max.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. But shout out to Max for coming to another show. She was great. And the audience, they were there. It was another near sellout. They didn't know how to have fun out loud.
Yeah.
So for I want to say 30 minutes, for the first 30 minutes of the show, he was struggling a little bit. You guys made Matt Richards work to the point where he was nicely telling us, hey, you guys got to host a little bit better. People in there were wearing jackets, and that's why the fucking show sucked. And it's just what it is. But,
he told us that by going over the light by fucking 8 minutes.
Yeah, he's very funny though.
We were supposed to do 10 minutes. The kid did 17.
Yeah, it's who he is.
Yeah, it's just what it is. I guess it's fine.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody that came to the live show. And come to our next live show. We have a date for it. I believe it's the 22nd again next month. It's March 22nd. We don't have the link for it yet, but just put it on your calendars. March 22nd, 5 p.m. Saturday at the stand. We will have
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Soft launch live show, and we'll get you a lineup soon.
Yeah, and if you came to the last show, don't come to the next. Because you fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Kidding. Buy the tickets.
We want a palate cleanse, but also if the show's got to suck for you guys to be there, that's just what it is.
What it is.
And the show, to be crystal clear, the show didn't suck. The audience sucked. We were great.
We were on it.
You guys can see exactly how great we were by going to the Patreon, where we have the entire live show, all of our sets taped and microphoned, something we weren't able to do our last show, but we did it this show.
Yeah.
All of those will be up by the time you're hearing this, so go to www.patreon.com. /softlaunch, $5. You guys can hear our entire last live show.
Yes.
All right. Damn, I forgot how we got there.
Don't remember.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a pretty good one thing about we. Feel like pretty much told it all, didn't we? Did a bit. Just keep talking.
All right. So, what do you want to do?
What did we want to do next? We wanted to, speaking of the live show, we got a couple submissions from this audience, for as difficult as they felt in the room to make them all laugh at the same time loudly. They gave us great suggestions.
Yeah, they did.
So we had a blast, and we want to go over a couple that we didn't get to do at the live show,
and a couple
that we did in a different way, in a different kind of way. And we're gonna do that in our segment that we haven't done for a while. Used to be our favorite segment, and now it's making a comeback. That's what they're saying. And what they're saying was a lot of fun stuff at our live show, and we're gonna go over first a submission that we got that we didn't get to while we were on stage.
Yes. So that one is, okay, so someone wrote us a submission that said, my fiance suggested a wedding song that was my song with an ex. I don't care about my ex, but I feel like I gotta tell my girl. Thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. It's so hard for me because I like so love music, and like if you have a song with somebody, I wouldn't want that to be our wedding song.
Yeah, wedding song. That's a bit much.
But I mean, I guess I don't know.
That's a tough one, man.
That's a tough one.
I feel like.
Well, because this is my question is like if your fiance wants it to be your wedding song, you've
already bonded over it.
You've bonded over that song, no? Yeah. Or do you think that people are just bringing up songs randomly? Because I'm like, well, why are you bonding over the same song that you had with the last bitch?
Yeah, for sure. It gives a little bit of like, I'm using the same moves all the time.
That's all. I'm like, I'm confused.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's some really good songs out there.
I guess.
And like, if the thoughts, the thoughts that are brought up from the song of the last person are not like, damn, what a time. Yeah. It's more like, oh, well, I like the use of this song way better now. You know what I mean? Because the song is still very good. And, you know, if it's something that you organically got to as a couple.
Yeah, then I think it's probably
just what
fine.
It is, man. Yeah. It's what it is. It's one of those things. Would you take it to the grave? Is that hurtful for him to never tell her? I don't think
think it is, but it's also like, it's not such a big secret that you should keep it from her.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? Like, I feel like you could just be like, not a big deal.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it could be weird though. I don't know. It's a good little hypothetical.
It is a good thing, and I guess for me, I would be like, I don't want us on our wedding day for you to have any thoughts of the past. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if that song is I mean, maybe if it's not, if you've kind of redefined it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's very weird because for me, you know, they always say scent is a strongest tie to memory. Yeah. But I feel like
sound
music.
Is the second.
Yeah. Like you know what I mean? I heard a Mount Airy Lodge song and I started crying about my grandparents.
That's true.
So like for me, I'm like, it would be hard for me to have the same song with you that I had with an ex. I think I'd be like, I think I would tell you immediately. Like if you played a song, you're like, this makes me think about you. I'd be like, that's funny because
that's funny.
You're not the first.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
I feel like you know what I'm saying.
But it's a hard thing to be angry about, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could find a way.
Yeah. Oh, well, one thing you're gonna do, you're gonna find a way. This bitch you're gonna find a ways. She's got a GPS. As she's making notes, she's sending it out to everybody else.
I know the streets are closed. I'm gonna go in an alternate direction.
In about 500 feet, there is still another argument to be had. Is it still there? Click here. Let the other Wazers know. Yeah. For sure. That's a tough one. I think, I don't know. It's got to, it depend. If he's over the ex and he's saying he's over it, I think it's just a fact that he had this song in common with an ex. It's not like, oh my God. It's like,
like him writing in this, or her, I don't know who it is, but, I'm thinking this is not a song they have been, that is now him and his, or her, I don't think it's their song. It's giving, because, you know what I mean? Like, this would have come up before.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for them, like, oh, she's trying to pick a song that was my song with my ex. Sounds like it's like a new song.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I don't like, or you could just be like, I don't really like that song.
Yeah. But
you could just say, I don't like that song and choose another one.
What if he does like the song and he didn't like...
Yeah, it's clearly like song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta choose another song.
You gotta choose another song.
I think you do.
Whether you're honest with your fiance or not, you should choose a different song.
Might not even be worth bringing it up. Well, it's not a big deal. I don't think I would even react negatively.
It's annoying, I would think. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just everybody has songs.
Yeah, the bars. You're nothing horrible is gonna happen.
Yeah, no one's gonna be mad. Like I can't believe you had a song with somebody. Yeah. But I think it needs to not be played at your wedding.
Yeah,
I definitely
or not be the wedding
or not
song.
be the wedding song. Yeah, that's a major thing.
Regardless of how you handle it, it can't be your wedding song.
Yeah,
unless you bring it up to her and she's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
then it can be your wedding song. Which she won't do. Because, make no mistake, despite everything we said, it's a problem.
It is a huge problem. Yeah, it's enough for me to take my ring off and say, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No.
You understand? No, it's a nasty one, but I think if you're listening to this, whoever you are, if you don't want to have a conversation about it, fine, but you have to pick a different one.
You have to be like, you know what? I don't really like that song.
Yeah, don't really like it.
Never liked it.
Yeah.
I don't even believe the words in it.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but that's a good one, and we're happy that you asked us our opinion. And I think final word of advice.
Don't do it.
Break up with the bitch. You're not over your ex.
Go back to your ex.
Go back to your ex. The song is more important than you.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah, it just kind of just means that you kind of go after the same type. Yeah. They like the same fucking songs.
Yeah, everybody's got good taste in music, no?
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
I think that's a tough one.
Tough one. Either have a conversation or change the wedding song. But either way, the wedding song probably should be changed.
It should be changed. And however you go about it, not my problem.
Not my problem. Your problem. And actually, you know what? Bring it up. Let us know how it went.
Yeah.
This is a.
You know what? Tell the fucking truth.
Yeah.
And record yourself while you do it. Send us a tape.
Yeah. Honestly, this is what we in this household like to call a capital D doozy. This is a doozer, no?
Yeah, it's a doozy.
It's a tough one.
It is a doozy.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a TikTok similar to this, but it was a girl being like, my ex just had a baby and named their baby a name that I guess they had discussed.
Yeah, that is not okay.
I mean, I guess it isn't. I would be pissed if you picked a name. I'd be like,
if you picked a name that you agreed to with a past partner for our child, I divorce. Divorce. That's a divorce level threat. A song is a conversation that shouldn't end in a negative, super duper negative outcome, because it's more understandable that, and it's also a song is less intimate than a name.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A name is wild.
That's if you like really, you know what would be a nice name, and you just like propose it like organically, and I was like, oh, I do like that name actually, and then I found out that it was a special name between you and somebody else in your life, I would leave you.
Leaving is crazy.
I could leave you for that.
It is a bad. You should never.
That is a earth-shattering break in trust. That is a huge. You try to get one over on me. You try to sneak in like this horny thing because
horny.
It is a horny thing because when your ex. No.
Name of a baby is horny.
Naming the baby that you have with a person after a name that you decided on with a person that you used to be with. It's a sneaky thing.
It is.
Because that person's going to see this baby's name. And when they see it, they're going to be like, this bitch still thinks of me. I could still fuck her. Even if they can't, it's a sexual thing. Because it's a secret.
Men are insane.
The secret is sexual, and I would be like,
I would be more upset. I would be more upset if, like, I've never agreed on, like, because I never wanted kids. So, like, that's never been a thing. Yeah. But, like, if I had agreed on a name with an ex, and he went on to have a kid before me and named the kid that, I'd just be mad that he took my name.
Yeah. Because from
you know what I mean? Because I'd be like, the fuck?
Yeah, because guys, it's different.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, well, no, honestly, I don't know. Like, maybe if a guy made it the name, it would be to spite the woman that he created it with. Yeah. Whereas if a woman did it in my head, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, what would inspire, because the baby is a beautiful thing. Yeah. For the woman to name it something she agreed on with somebody else, I feel like is like, I want you to be a part of this baby's life forever. Okay. You're a part of this story. So that's what I think, and maybe that I think of women in the wrong way.
Maybe you do. And the only reason why I think differently is that men are generally not walking around thinking of baby names.
No.
I think if they agree, it's usually a girl's idea. Yeah. Right? Like, I feel like we talked about baby names, and they were for me.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
So I'm saying,
what do you mean?
I'm saying it's not like the guy came up with it.
All right, so all the baby names that we have, and this is not a joke?
Oh, I thought I saw something. I must have something like a thing in my eye.
Okay, thank you for trying to ruin my momentum on this point that I was going to make that you weren't going to like, and you're trying to get ahead of it proactively. All the baby names that we have locked in right now, done. I don't like the narrative that you created them. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a huge part of this. No, at least half. The fuck do you mean?
I'm saying, like, you didn't bring up the conversation.
So the fuck what? I didn't bring up the conversation. Did you have it by yourself? Were you in the mirror like, you know what would be a good baby name? I like this one. No, but were you having that conversation with yourself, or was I there?
You were there.
So what the fuck do you mean? That we're coming up with it. What do you mean you're coming up with it?
Well, usually it's a girl like, I like this name, and a guy says yes or no to it.
No, legitimately, baby, we are back to zero with names.
Why?
Which is a direct contradiction to our previous Patreon episode where we locked in a name. Now we're back to, you think you fucking came up with these names?
I don't think I came up with the name.
That's what you're saying.
I'm saying I came up with the idea to have the conversation about names.
That doesn't fucking mean anything. Who the fuck cares who brought up the conversation? I don't give a shit. The name. We came up with it together as a unit. I'm 100% serious right now. We had locked in. Lilia! No more.
Well, that was never going to be her kid's name.
To you. And now to us. I get the fuck. I don't like that at all. Do you think I'm just a passenger here?
No.
What the fuck? Has me saying I just do whatever my bitch tells me to do for real, has that gotten to your fucking head?
No, I'm saying you have never, I feel like guys don't generally think about baby names that often. So for me, I'm like, if someone thought about a name, it's generally usually going to come from the girl. And then you decide if you like it or not. Yes or no?
Is that how every conversation that we've had about baby names has gone? So I've just been suggesting. I haven't been suggesting. So let me. No. Let me ask you something. Has every name that I suggested to this point just been go fuck yourself? Wait till I say something, and then we're gonna do that. Has this been your mind the whole time? Because before you were talking about letting me spin my wheels and then telling me what it was gonna be. That was
also on the Patreon.
Yeah, go check it out. Actually, it's
been deleted.
It's a waste of fucking time if you check it out because everything we talked about is undone now. Has that been your approach to our conversations about our future?
No, not at all.
So what the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying generally girls are the ones that bring up the conversation. And they're like, what do you think about that? What do you think about this?
Generally bullshit out the fucking window. We're talking about you and I now.
Yeah.
Specifically. Is that what's happening in our relationship in your opinion?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So make sure, be loud about that part before you have this conversation about it in general.
Yeah. So on the last episode, we talked about how we haven't had an argument in this apartment. It seems like that just out the window.
Yeah, but unlike
out the fucking window.
Yeah, but unlike 99.9% of the arguments we've ever had, this one's not my fault. I am being greatly disrespected, and the fact that you don't see it is a bit alarming.
Anyway, a girl did a video about that, and she was like, this motherfucker took our baby name.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And did that. And I was like, if I was the other woman in that situation, like his current wife, I'd be like,
100%.
The fuck?
100%. 100%. She should be upset because she has been greatly disrespected. So
now,
you've either showed your ex that you still care about them, or you have a huge vendetta. Both are a problem.
Yeah, both are. But if it's similar to the song thing, like where, say if we're together and I'm like, oh, I love this name, and that just happens to be a name that you had already said that you liked with somebody else. Yeah. Do you tell me that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think you do, and I think it's easier to do that with your potential child than with a song that already exists and has been created outside of you.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the creation of life, I think, would be a way bigger deal, and you would want to be more involved. You didn't create this song; it's just a good song.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't technically create the name, we are creating the baby.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess by that argument, we are creating the moment and the idea behind this song. But I would say it's a little different. Do you not feel like it's different?
Well, it's a person. No, it's a big. I think it's definitely different. It's definitely different. I just, I don't know. Like if. I don't know how people think. I don't know if it's necessarily like they're still in love, but they might just be like, I really like this name, and I want to name my kid that.
I think with a name, it has to be more transparent because it's a deeper thing.
It's a deeper thing.
Like your wedding song, maybe, whoever was at they don't even remember it. I don't remember any of my friends' wedding song. That's something for us. And like, it would be annoying, but like not earth shattering.
Yeah.
The name of a baby is earth shattering.
Yeah. If you don't know about it, like if you have the conversation before and you both agree on it, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I thought of this, like the origin of or why you like it or how it came to be on your radar needs to be spoken about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because God forbid somebody comes to you as a woman or a man,
and
tells you, we agreed on this baby name.
That would be crazy.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Huge problem. Huge.
Monumental.
Huge. Big problem. One of the biggest problems.
Do you remember Adam Levine? The whole shit with him.
Yeah, he named the baby the side chick.
Yeah,
he should be shot.
Well, and they're still together, him and his wife.
Well, she's a pushover.
That's something I could never get past.
She's a pushover.
Cheating on me, I don't even know that I could even get past it. But if you cheated on me and then I'm pregnant and we named the baby after your side chick,
we're changing the baby's name.
You're gonna have to go into witness protection because I'm looking for you.
Yeah. We're changing the baby's name. Rescue dogs get their names changed all the time, and this baby would be no different because I'm rescuing this baby from what an asshole father.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
No chance.
No, like I don't care how old the child is.
Yeah.
I'm changing the name of the baby, and we're breaking up, and I'm changing the name.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You can, because there's plenty. I know plenty of people that have like two names because of Latinos with birth certificates, whatever the fuck we do.
Yeah.
but I'm changing this baby's name and I'm calling it. I'm rebranding this baby.
Yeah, I get that.
There's no chance anything from the old regime is taking over. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Naming my child after the person you're fucking behind my back.
It's wild.
You should be shot.
No, it's like, almost, it's worse than the cheat. It's worse than the cheat.
Because it's more disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful.
It's more disrespectful. It's like, not only do I not respect you, but like, I kind of hate you.
Yeah.
And like, I get off on doing you wrong.
Yeah.
It's doing the worst things I can do to you, the more terrible things I can do to you, the harder my penis gets.
Yeah.
That's what that's like the whole, Scandival thing, like fucking in Ariana's bed when she's at her grandmother's funeral. It's like the things, because it's so bad, it's hot.
Yeah.
And that's what you've done, and you've made me a part of it, and I should be allowed to kill you.
Yeah.
I feel like
agree.
if she killed Adam Levine and went to, like, they would dismiss her on crime of passion, even if she planned it. Like, it would be like, have you ever seen the movie with Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey? I think The Lincoln Lawyer. I don't even know if that's what it's called.
Chances are I haven't.
But Samuel trigger warning. Samuel L. Jackson's very 9-year-old, 10-year-old daughter gets terribly abused.
Yeah. Okay.
By two older white men, black woman in the South. It's really bad. And Samuel Jackson, she survives, thank God. Samuel Jackson finds the guys who did it, hides out for like a day. And no. Finds the guys who did it. They go to court. They get off. And Samuel Jackson waits in the courthouse for 24 hours, sees them, and murders them.
Yeah, and as he should.
And then Matthew McConaughey is able to get him off as a crime of passion by humanizing the thought process you would go through after something terrible like that happened. And I say all that to say that's what would happen if Adam Levine's wife murdered him, because she should be allowed to, because that is crazy.
It is crazy.
I would kill.
Yeah. I agree.
I would kill.
But yeah. So anyway, back to the question.
Yeah.
After I got yelled at.
You deserved it.
I was coming up with a hypothetical.
You are not. This conversation is not over, but we're putting a pin in it because we got to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, more than me being upset about what we talked about, I'm happy that it's your fault. And I'm just gonna rub your nose in it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Another.
Real quick, also for the record, I am not upset.
Okay.
I just need you to know that.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
I'm furious.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel comfortable. Everything is okay. Okay. Only while the camera's rolling.
Yeah.
No,
it's fine.
I am kidding.
And just for the record, I came up with the names.
You
understand?
No, keep going.
Okay. We got another submission. I have to pee so bad. That's fine. We have another.
Well, let me fucking file you in there. Let me see what's in that fucking toilet.
Piss.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a 5th date. Sex for the first time. He's inside. And the way they wrote this is very funny.
Yeah, not this being 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
That's how you know a woman wrote it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I set up, because we did this one at the show, and that's why I was like, I love this show. Picture this.
Yeah.
It's the 5th date.
Yeah, and so I'm realizing now, like, how she's like, she needs advice, or she wants to tell us this embarrassing thing, but her pussy is wet as she's writing it. Picture this, date 5.
Picture this.
His throbbing member enters my quivering pussy.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't say pussy. Women would never use that. My quivering, what's a hot word for vagina that you've read?
I don't know.
My quivering womb.
All right, so it was a 5th date. Sex for the first time. He's inside, and I say, I love you. Any other words would have been better, but those are the ones I chose. What the fuck?
That's a tough one, but now thinking and hearing in that light, it's a lot. It is ridiculous to say that.
It is ridiculous to say that. I have never experienced this, but I have heard from so many of my girlfriends. Yeah. Guys do that all the time.
Yeah, guys do that.
So I'm like, just a woman in a male-dominated industry. Yeah. That's just what that is. And that's what I chalk it up to, because I'm like, hey, again, it's never happened to me. I think that would stop me in my tracks and be like, get out.
Yeah. Let me tell you something that is unfortunate, but true. Unfortunately, I've never done that. Okay. Never done that. That is crazy.
Okay.
Unfortunately, and it is unfortunate, it is hot. Unfortunately, I would not take it seriously in the moment, and I would not take it seriously in the moment. I would be alarmed by it.
Would you say I love you too?
Absolutely not. Under no circumstance would I say I love you too.
Yeah.
I believe
and that's just because you got commitment issues.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the hotness.
It could be my wife. God forbid. I'm just kidding. No, like,
if you read the dialogue of JC and I having sex, it's just about 37,000 I love yous.
Yeah. Well, it's because first of all, never said that in bed before. That's not even a joke.
Really?
Never. That's like such a real thing. Like it's so intimate, and I feel so happy to be able to say it that it's like, yo, and what makes it hot for me is that I'm not lying. You know what I mean? Like, because I'd be in there like, we don't have to say what I say. Yeah. But like I'm gonna...
Yeah.
We don't gotta say what I say.
And we're gonna move on. And
we're gonna move on and don't pay attention to my stance.
And also something that you say is...
You can suck my fucking dick.
Yeah.
And I love you. You're doing a great job. You look gorgeous.
It's true. It's true.
You understand?
But I would never say it back because I believe in the power of words.
Yeah.
But if that were to happen, which has never happened to me, this has never happened to me, but I wouldn't take it seriously. I would be alarmed after, but in the moment I'd be like, is this bitch serious? What? If anything, I would just be like, oh, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
And while you're having sex, even if it's the first time, I'm like, that's fun.
Yeah.
It is crazy, but it's like, oh, this bitch is nuts. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Don't feel embarrassed about it. You should be ashamed, but not embarrassed.
But also, I just like don't know what you say like when it's over. You know what I mean? And JK,
I have had. It's a little raunchy. I don't want. I've had. No, I'm not saying it. But
I know exactly what you're gonna say because you unfortunately told me the story.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So you know what it is.
I know what it is.
That's crazy. And in the moment, I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And they were immediately like, "No." I'm like, "Well, don't fucking say that."
Someone must have told her that was hot to say.
Yeah, and that guy was a fucking freak. That guy was a deviant. He is a crazy dude.
That's so funny.
I'd never known beyond it. Oh, she's been with Dominicans before.
Yeah. I remember seeing a clip. I think it was Amber Rose. It was.
Yeah.
Amber Rose doing an interview, and they're like, oh, it was like some horrendous interview she did. And they're like, I know you're a freak. What you say when he inside? And she, can we say it?
I don't care. I just think like I wasn't trying to be too raunchy for the pod.
Yeah. Asking you to finish inside.
Yeah.
When you're like brand new with this person.
New.
So, and she was like, oh yeah, you say that. And then if they do, you're like, the fuck?
Dog, that's crazy. That is such a crazy thing to me. As soon as that was said out, I immediately, I was like, are you serious? This is not a joking, like, I'm not trying to, this is crazy.
Yeah.
No. I unfortunately need clerical.
Yeah, the gag is, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And that's how you knew we were meant to be.
It's just different. I didn't say it like that.
No,
actually.
and honestly, at that point, like, we had already told each other we loved each other.
You understand?
Yeah, it's just
at that point, you'd already been in my apartment for 14 hours.
Yeah. We had gotten to know each other. It's just something that
feel it in my pussy. Had to be done.
Completely different. I forgot about that little wrinkle in our lives.
Yeah. I didn't say it like that though. I was just like, hey, by the way.
And I'm pretty sure. I don't remember exactly the heat of the moment. I was like, for real? I'm sure there was some follow up there.
Yeah. I think I just was like, hey, I have an IUD.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that I didn't say like I think it was a very scientific response. I was like, just so you know.
Yeah. It's just what it was. What a time.
What an insane time.
So we say all that to say, don't be embarrassed. It happens to the best of us, but you can't go around doing that. If this is not the guy that you get, if you get a chance, if unfortunately you have to do this again, have sex for the first time, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Has anyone ever said anything that made you laugh?
No.
Yeah, guys are so different. You don't even find nothing funny. It's just different for a girl.
Yeah. Nothing's like for us. Like we'll laugh into it, and there's been times where something I don't know. No, into it we'll laugh, but like during the act, not that I'm so serious I can't laugh. I can, but like there's nothing funny.
Yeah.
It's not a joking matter.
Yeah. I'm just saying if someone said something super corny.
Corny? No, not that made me laugh.
Yeah.
No. For a guy, like it's like
for a guy, I guess it's not
because it's trying to be sexy. You're gonna have some misses.
Yeah.
You're not gonna always say the right thing, and I'm as prone to that as anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't judge anybody for anything that they say in the heat. Yeah. What's the funniest thing you remember ever hearing?
Somebody said, it literally made me laugh. The first word is vulgar, but it's like your pussy sauce is so good. And I was like, yes, he knows Italian is marinara. You understand? And I literally was like, what?
Oh, baby, I'm fucking slipping on your ragu.
Yeah, your Sunday gravy tastes good. No, it doesn't taste, but it said feel.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, your Sunday gravy.
Give me the exact quote again.
Your pussy sauce. Something about I don't remember the word, but that was the line he used, and I literally was like, What the
That's
fuck?
how you know you're not meant to be a musician, because if he said that to a city girl, it'd be a #1 hit. Pussy sauce tastes amazing.
Yeah, it was nuts. And I was like,
pussy sauce. It's pussy sauce.
And then I would get like a sponsorship from like Ragu or something.
Yo, pussy sauce is crazy.
It must have.
Sauce is not hot. That's
sauce is not hot. It made me.
That's a miss.
Immediately. Yeah, I'm sure it was a slip up of words, but I was like, what? And then like I started hysterical laughing, and I could not.
That's embarrassing.
All I kept doing was replaying it, and then it just. I mean.
Pussy sauce is a swing.
Swing and a miss.
That's a big swing.
Yeah, that was a judge in the postseason. Just didn't hit it.
I think if that too soon. Too soon. Oh man, I think I think there'd be a bigger problem if that worked.
Yeah, if I was like, yeah,
you like this? Cause
you like this pussy sauce?
How do you yes and that?
You can't.
Yeah,
you
like
just
this
laugh.
pussy
You just
sauce?
ruin the moment.
Yeah, you, if you like this pussy sauce, wait until you taste.
Yeah,
wait
you taste this pussy rice and beans.
You understand?
Yeah, stick your mozzarella sauce in this. But stick your mozzarella stick in this pussy sauce.
If you like this pussy sauce, wait until you double dip this twat tart.
You understand?
Even just like, do I have a period? Like I was like, what are you talking about?
Pussy sauce is wild.
It was definitely a swing and a miss.
That's funny. That's funny though. If you're gonna say that,
Made
how
me
did
laugh.
he hear you laughing? Was he cool about it?
No.
Not well.
It's like, are you serious?
That's so.
Yeah, I was like, are you? The fuck?
That would bring it to a screeching halt. If you say something corny, you got to be like, ah.
Well, it was. I was dying. I couldn't believe.
The only thing you could do as a man at that point, if you've said something that you meant to be sexy and it's being taken as a joke, if I tell you your pussy sauce is amazing and you start laughing, what you have to do, what you must do is be like, it's fucking gorgeous. I fucking love it. You gotta start doing a Mario laugh.
Ooh, yeah. I love it. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Yeah, is it garlic and oil or is it marinara?
It's good. Dude. My compliments to the chef. You gotta get more ridiculous. Yeah. At that point, you gotta just try to tag up the joke.
Yeah.
Damn, that's funny. That's crazy. I've never heard nothing like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, it was like I don't think he had said it before it worked. I think it was just slip up.
Yeah, slip up.
And I couldn't let him live it
Where do you think he was going though?
I couldn't tell you.
I wish you had a better rapport with this guy.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, talk me through it.
Where were you
Well,
going?
you can't talk me through my orgasm. Talk me
Yeah.
through your thought process. I'm gonna need you to shut your mouth going forward, but open up now. Let's be vulnerable.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
Yeah, it was. It was very funny.
Because I don't know. I just really like Guy Fieri. I want to take you to Flavor Town.
Yeah, he was
That's
Emma
a-
Lagasse. He's like, bam.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it
That's
was very funny.
fucking funny. Holy shit, that's good. So those are a couple of the entries that we got for
Yeah.
the soft launch show. If you want to watch more, go to the Patreon. We have a whole bunch that we went over.
Yeah.
One last thing that I do want to talk about, and we must talk about it quick. The last thing that me and Samantha, we've been watching Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And something that's made us furious.
Yeah, well,
as we
and then,
watch,
yeah.
we're going to talk about in our last segment, I So
So
Boomer.
Boomer.
And in Love is Blind, every time a person goes on the show, a million stories come out the woodworks of people that have dated that person.
100%. Now
And
that's like
those
the new thing.
And those stories are never positive.
Never.
They're always sharing horror stories from these people dating. What do you feel about that?
Okay, so people that like all of a sudden start posting stories about someone they've been with on Love is Blind, and they're like, he ghosted me, he gaslit me, he was the guy. I saw one today when you're watching this guy on Love is Blind that used to like drunkenly call you in the middle of the night, and I'm like, okay, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
that's why you guys aren't together.
Yeah, I feel like, and you know me.
Yeah.
I love to make a man a villain.
Yeah.
Nothing makes my pussy get sauced more.
Nothing sauces this pussy up more than a bad guy.
Yeah. So I love to make a man a villain, but it's just not giving at all in this, because I'm like, yeah, okay, somebody ghosted you. Like, I don't care because if a girl came to me and was like, hey, a couple of years ago, JC was, really mean to me, I'd be like, great.
Yeah.
That's what I want. If a girl came to me and was like, he was actually so wonderful to me, and she starts naming all the things that JC does to me, now we have a problem.
Yeah, now he's a sociopath.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, oh, now you just been love bombing these bitches.
Yes, because like I was saying earlier, like I want you to settle. You want me to be better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just a great guy.
No,
you
just
want
a great guy for me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm like, when they're all saying that, like, oh, he didn't treat me like that. I'm like, yeah, you're not his wife.
Yeah, and that in that respect, a positive Yelp review is a bad thing.
A bad thing.
You want to talk to anybody that I've been with and only hear horror stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to show you how much I've changed.
Yeah.
Not what I'm capable of, just what I used to do.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And at that point, the worse the story, the saucier the puss. Because if I was terrible and I'm great now, you're special.
Yeah, now the sauce got a little garnish on it.
Yeah. A little bit of basil in that thing.
I all these girls just like saying these things, and I'm like, are we lost? Yeah. Literally, dating is like going through kissing a bunch of frogs to get to your guy. Yeah. And it's also like, we also can't sit here and act like we women haven't been the victim in other people. You know what I mean? I mean, the villain rather.
In other people's stories. You guys have not been the best to everybody you've ever
Absolutely
dated.
not.
And that's not even a gender thing or
that's
sex
everybody.
Thing. Everybody. Nobody's been the best person to every single person ever dealt with.
Literally, I feel like I am like, sweet as pie to most people, but there's definitely people that do not have that experience with me. Same. And that's okay because we are,
human.
We're more complex than that. Mm-hmm. Some people don't get the same good energy out of you. And sometimes it's not a reflection of them. Sometimes it's just where you are in your life. Yeah. So like this whole thing, like, oh, this person should do this. And I'm like, oh, you mean when he was 23 years old? Welcome.
Yeah. Even if it wasn't 23, even if it was fucking a year before, it's like, he treated me like a booty call. Okay. So what? That doesn't mean he's a bad person.
Yeah, it's just
that's just how you guys didn't have you didn't have a good relationship. You didn't have a good situation that you liked.
And that's not even to say that these guys on Love Is Blind are great guys. I'm just like over this like social media thing.
Me bad, he's a bad person.
He's just a bad guy, and it's like sometimes people just aren't great to you when you guys are in two different places in your lives.
Yeah, and also it's not a person and you not having a good situation is not an immediate indicator of the content of their character.
Exactly. It's not a reflection of actually who they are all the time.
That's basically, it's the same thought process when it's like, oh, he's been nothing but nice to me.
Yeah.
And that's problematic when it's a bad person. The same way if you know somebody to be a good person, it's like, well, he was a piece of shit to me.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing.
You're
trying to disparage somebody's character because you don't personally like them, but because not everybody that you personally don't like has done something so bad that they shouldn't have a platform or the ability to or the opportunity to be happy.
Yeah.
Every every less than favorable thing that's happened to you as it pertains to dating is not cause to cancel somebody or put them in jail.
Well, obviously there's levels.
So
like somebody ghosting you, somebody treating you, calling you in the middle of the night like, hey, are you up?
Somebody treating you like a booty call.
Yeah. That doesn't make somebody a bad person. Obviously, like abuse of any sort, things like that, different. But like, if you're just being like, oh, he was, he didn't take me out as much as I would have liked, or he was just trying to get a piece.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that is what dating is. There are some people that are just not ready for a commitment. There's just all these different things, and it doesn't make that person a bad person or mean that they shouldn't find love or that they're going to treat every single girl the same way.
Yes.
And vice versa if it's the women.
Yes.
It's just corny to me.
Yes. Feeling / being disrespected is not necessary. It's not mutually exclusive with being abused.
Yeah.
If you were disrespected, that's different than being abused. You can have a guy that didn't respect you not do anything abusive to you.
Yeah.
And he might be an asshole in your experience.
And then we're not taking away from your experience.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it fucking matters what happened to his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're irrelevant.
Yeah.
You're irrelevant, not in the grand scheme of the world.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't matter what your experience with this man was. He's moved on.
Yeah. I think it's more of a red flag to have every woman that a man has been with in the past speak nothing but nice things about him. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, you're a people pleaser. You just say the thing you have to say so that you try to rub people the right way. Yeah. You're scared of not being liked.
Yeah.
I would hate to date a dude that was like, every single girl I've ever spoken to, I'm on great terms with all of them. We're all still friends.
100%.
I'd be like, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna head out.
If I met a dude, like if I met one of your exes for any reason and they came up to me like, yo, she a good one, man, don't fuck it up. I'd be like, oh, Samantha was way more of a slut than I thought. What a like, don't be like the one who, like the person who I missed out on. Fuck that. Fuck that. It couldn't work because we were both toxic or I was an asshole.
Yeah.
Not because, oh, she was a good one, man. Don't fuck it up with her, man. Be better. Oh, she's a whore.
Yeah.
There's sexual things she hasn't even done with me yet.
Jesus Christ. I think that honestly, so many of my exes probably would have said that until I got a platform to start talking about them.
Yeah.
Because now I can tell you how they really are.
Yo, she's the one that got away. She's right there.
Yeah. I just feel like if you have to make a video, like, you know, like if you're making videos about every ex you've had or whatever, you know, not every ex you had is a villain unless they're my exes. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is.
But there's also a difference between somebody being the villain in your story and, like we said, being a bad person. I have people that I've dated that I don't particularly like.
Yeah.
But like I would never create something that actively tore them down pointed.
Yeah, I think I just think
it's like your exes have moved on and gotten married and have
and I didn't do a video.
What, are you gonna come to them as a woman? Hey, they didn't treat me well.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
great. That's what led them to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I just feel like also like it's. People are doing videos like, oh, I you know, in 2020 I was with this guy, or 2021, and I'm like, people are totally different. Like,
there's been a pandemic.
Yeah, and it's also like people, you have to allow people to grow and change, and people can and do, and I have. Like, I don't know who any of my exes are anymore.
Yeah.
They might be wonderful, wonderful people.
Facts.
Highly unlikely, but they might be. You know what I mean? And like, if I saw any of my exes doing really well, had like a great platform or whatever, you would never catch me doing a video being like, and let me tell you about my experience. Yeah. It's just never gonna, because I also don't want to be tied to this person. Number one, I don't want anybody to know I dated this person. And number two, it's just like, I'm not that fucking bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't care.
And you know that's true because number three, one of them's doing all right.
Yeah, one of them's doing pretty well.
Kind of crushing it a little bit.
Yeah. One of them, a couple of your friends follow. That's what it is.
Fuck, I hate it.
Oh my God. I'm like, I'm looking at you like, tell your friends to unfollow.
You have to show me which friends, and I will do that.
Oh, I don't know if they follow, but I have seen like some of his videos pop up for me, and I see.
There's comics I know.
Oh, I don't care about them. Yeah. I've seen like your friends. There was one time, one of your friends, I won't even say what kind of content this person does. I don't want people to start trying to figure out who it is. But there was one of your friends that we were going out and he was showing me places that he wanted to go to and he was showing me videos. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Because like, I saved a couple from people and he's like going through and I was like, I hope it's not going to be one of those. And it wasn't. Thank God. But I was like, oh my God. But there's been videos that popped up and it'll be like, this person liked it. And it's like one of your good friends. And I'm like, I want to like message him, be like, I like it.
You gotta let me know. You have to let me know.
Well, it's been a while, and they don't know.
Well, I know.
But I also don't want your friends to know I dated that guy.
Yeah.
So
I just want you to know I don't play that.
Yeah. And well, they don't know.
Hey, but they can.
He makes a lot of content that does really, really well. So gross.
I know. I'm kidding.
Yeah, if you only know. No. Just kidding. Nah, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Nobody can deny that pussy sauce.
Ew.
5 big booms.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the big justice. It doesn't fucking matter. Who gives a shit?
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that shit pissed me off too. If you see somebody that you've dated, even casually dated, even if an ex, if you see somebody and you're moved to have a watch party when they're on television and you're not one of Samantha's close friends, you're a fucking loser. Okay?
But if you think about it, at the time, one of my friends who's probably listening to this and she's going to love it, she was dating a guy and he cheated on her.
Yeah.
Got the girl pregnant, ended it with her, and then went on Wheel of Fortune and fucking won. Yeah. Right? And she did like a watch party. She did a watch party to like her friends like this stupid motherfucker. For his
downfall.
Yeah, and then he won. Yeah, but here's the thing: she was also like 20.
I get it,
which makes sense. But there's like people that I'm watching doing that. They're doing watch parties of Love Is Blind because they're like, oh, this guy I matched with on Hinge last year. Like, grow up.
Yeah, you know what? It's less the watch party. It's the posting of the watch party.
It's the posting of the watch party.
Having a watch party, I'm as hateful as the next person. I get that petty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to post it for clout, now everybody knows how you feel, that is embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's where I mean you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Well, you know who's not a fucking loser? You, if you listen to this episode, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna do it for another fucking fantastic iteration of Soft Launch. I had an absolute blast. Baby.
I did too.
We had fun. We learned a lot about each other, and we found issues that are nowhere near resolved. And we will talk about.
Yeah, but I'm gonna blind them with the sauce.
And I'm
gonna cut the garlic. I'm gonna roast the garlic.
If you see me with sunglasses next episode, no, I got a little sauce in my eye. It's just what it is. Some people want a sty in their eye. Other people want a little ragu. It's who we are. It's what we've done. And what it is another great episode of Soft Launch.
Yes.
Go to the Patreon, www.patreon.com/softlaunch. $5 a month bonus content. Come catch us at our next Soft Launch live show, which will be on the 22nd of March. Link coming soon. And then in Rhythm, we have next, I believe it's the 30th or the 31st. I will have a link for that.
The last Sunday of the month.
Last Sunday of the month, whatever that is. Come check us out. That's more of a traditional stand-up show. But thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you guys so much. Keep your piss clear.
Yes, keep your piss clear and fucking, I don't have a rhyme for that, and I'm actually tricking a little bit. But I've been Jason Mendoza.
I was Samantha Santos.
We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Peace.